Warning, we are about to go for a hike in the middle of a city, and you should probably stay on the trail. Look at that. Oh yeah. All right, so today we are at Phoenix Mountain Preserve. This is a beautiful mountain range. Look at this, and this is just the entrance. Sorry for the sun, but look at that. That's just the start of it. This is just the start where you park, or at least one of the many entrances at least. It's such an awesome place because you can get in this whole huge area. It's huge, it's massive. So I'm gonna show you a little bit about what that looks like. Let's get to it. The cool thing about this is it's kind of choose your own adventure. So like, look at this. So I just came from the parking lot behind me, right? We have this trail here, and see, they're all really little trails. So you can ride a bike, you could run, walk, hike, whatever you want to do. You got then this one right behind me, and then to the left we got this one. So it's all different types of trails, and it leads to so many more. This used to be my stomping ground when I was training for an ultra marathon, and that is anything that's past a regular marathon, which is 26.2 miles. I actually ran one, I did one that was 50 miles, which was amazing. It was beautiful. It was actually Northern California. I don't remember where I started, but I know I ended up in Sacramento. I ran south to Sacramento. So 50 miles north of that. But I used to run all through this valley, and it was so much fun. Yeah, I learned this like the back of my hand, and I still like to think I know it pretty well. Obviously not as good as I used to. Yeah, that's not the best view. Let's go back here. But yeah, there's so much to see and look at here. So just real quick, I actually started going to the right as soon as I came in, but I realized it takes a little bit longer. It's a great warm up if you're riding a bike or whatever, but we don't have a lot of time. You know, you guys want to get to the meat and bones, the meat and potatoes of this video, or whatever the go-to that you like to eat. So I figure we're just gonna go straight up the mountain, since I did that camelback one yesterday, and I hopefully, you know, got a little bit of that energy back. So let's go straight up it, and that way we'll get to just see, once you go up it, it opens up into the whole valley, and it's beautiful. So let's get straight to it, you know? No messing about. So I'm about halfway up, and as you can see from the side, it's a pretty steep incline. Get your breathing, get you warmed up fast. No dilly-dallying here, as some may say. Get straight to the point, you know, no messing about. Won't go into any other ways to phrase that, but yeah, it's a bit of a challenge going straight up this hill. But like I said, we don't have time to mess about, do we? All right, made it up to the top of one. Not really the top, but as you can see, the city's starting to disappear a little bit. And when I say that, I mean in the sense of we're getting more into the mountain. So it's pretty cool because eventually when we get in, you don't even know you're in a city anymore. You're just surrounded by mountains. It's very peaceful, and you just kind of get to escape and get away from it all without really having to go anywhere. And the cool thing is this is in the middle of Phoenix, kind of. It's really cool. But once you make it up that steep incline, that's not too bad. It's a little bit easier of a hike, but let's show you what it really looks like. Just now getting to the end, and look at this. So now walking down into the valley, and as you saw, I mean, it's just, look at that. I'll try and block the sun, doesn't really work that well, but look at that. It's just mountains everywhere. And then right behind me is a mountain. You don't even know you're in a city anymore if you didn't know where you were, which is so cool. It's such a great little escape. Just to clear your head, whatever you want to do. It's amazing out here. And yeah, so I'm going down this trail. The nice thing is, when we did camelback, right, there you'd probably want some shoes with grip on them, something a little bit better, because there are some slippery rocks. But out here, you could wear flat shoes, whatever, because it's more of a gravel, dirt style rock. Every once in a while you get some slippery ones, but it's not as challenging to walk on. It's much easier. But yeah, let's keep looking around at this. This is pretty cool. So something I just remembered, well, not necessarily remembered, but I got a nice reminder of is Phoenix, a lot of people are very friendly, at least much friendlier than where I currently live at the moment. And if you've been watching the channel, you know where that is. I won't directly put it down, at least not right now. But hiking through here, walking, did a little running and all that, everyone I've passed will say hi. Just whether you know them or not, where, you know, other places I've lived currently, if you say hi to someone or even look at them, they just run off in the opposite direction. Like, oh God, they saw me. What's that about? But nonetheless, you know, off that topic, now I'm in the middle of at least part of it. I mean, there's so many different middles here, but yeah, there's so many different trails. If you even look over here, there's all these trails over there you can go on. If you want to go around the mountain, you can go this way, go through the valley. There's so many different trails here, which is why it's probably one of my favorite places in Phoenix to come to, just because it's easy to access no matter where you are, I feel like. And it's kind of in the middle of the city, as I said earlier, so you don't have to drive an hour outside anywhere to actually get here. You know, it's probably maybe 30 minutes depending on how far you are, but it's so cool. And even if there's a lot of people, there's so many different trails, you can still feel like you have it all to yourself, which is nice. And if you just, you know, ride your bike, run a little bit or whatever, eventually you'll get, you know, away from people that you were near, and you'll have some nice quiet space again, which is a nice thing about here. Yeah, so let's keep on going. Now, something to remember is that when I did Camelback, right, I said to stay on the trail because it's easy to get lost, and that's happened a lot. Now out here, there's a different reason to stay on the trail. It's, I'd say, harder to get lost because eventually one way you go, you're gonna hit, you know, some part of the city. But the thing with out here is that it's a little bit more in nature, in the sense of there's cactus, the jumping cholla, I believe they're called. Those things suck. Yeah, I've had a couple of those throughout my life. When I was little, I apparently had to learn that lesson more than once. You know, listen to your mom and dad. They'll steer you in the right direction. And at the same time, always question things. You never know. But either way, yeah, you want to stay on the trail because you can get cactus on you, which hurt. Also, there's animals out here. I haven't seen any today. It's a little bit cooler weather, so they might not be out, but like you'll see rabbits, jackrabbits, which are a little bit bigger. They're kind of cool. You'll see roadrunners. I even once, when I was running a lot, I saw a turtle out here, which I was very confused how it got out here. I'm pretty sure the owner just didn't want to take care of it anymore and threw it in the mountains. I don't know why. That's a fact, but it happened. I did see one. And then I've also seen a little bit scary things, such as snakes, coyotes, which aren't too bad as long as you're tall and bigger than they are. If you are, then you should be fine. If you're smaller, you should probably bring someone with you just to, you know, have a little protection. But they don't really mess with you, and it's usually more in the early mornings or evenings they will be out. At least that's when I would see them more. And then first time mentioning it, but there's probably scorpions, spiders, and all that stuff. But that's more off the trail. If you stay on the trail, it's highly unlikely you will see any of those. Now, you might see, you know, a rabbit, a roadrunner, any of those type of things running around, but it's usually off the trail where you'll see all those other critters, as you could say. So make sure to stay on the trail. Even though some of the trails are very small, still stay on it. So that way it's just, you know, you want to be safe. You want to be safe out here. So that mountain right behind me, this big one, starts more over here, and there's a trail that goes all the way up to the top. I actually remember when I was doing all that training I had talked about, I went with a friend, Josh. We did that, and that was more of an actual hike, a walk, not his running crap, which, you know, thank God for that, because then it got me in much better shape. But we actually did do that one, and that was really fun. That's a great one if you want to wear some weight. Him and I each wore weight vests and I think ankle weights and whatnot, just to, you know, do that type of strength training as well. And that's a great hike as well behind me or above me, however you want to look at it. That's a great one to do as well. So Phoenix can get a bad reputation of being very hot, which that is true. There's nothing wrong about that. Anything you've heard of the summer times in Phoenix or seen are probably true. But the nice thing is, anytime that's not summer, so fall, summer, or fall, winter, spring, are very nice. For example, this is the end of November right now, and I don't have a shirt on, as you've probably noticed if you've been watching this whole video, which is fantastic. I mean, most other places in the country, it's probably pretty cold, and you might be dealing with snow or all that crap. Not here, no sir, or ma'am. We are dealing with a nice sunny day that you can get your tan on, because who doesn't want a good tan? You gotta get that vitamin D. I'm talking about from the sun, you dirty people. Anyways, let's keep on with the hike. Now, I know I said stay on the trail, but I had to go off it a little bit, just a little bit. It was, you know, maybe 10 feet. I had to show you guys this. Now, this is called a saguaro cactus, just in case you've never seen one. I believe, I don't know, I'll put in the comment, or, you know, somewhere in the video, if they are just in Arizona. I believe it's more the Southwest, but they are massive. I mean, if I come over to it, this is there, and you still got that much more. So, I mean, it's probably, I don't know, 25 feet? I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. Maybe, sure, I feel like that's a good guess. But they are huge. And then here's another one. That's a smaller guy. So now if you look over here, that area, that's another great trail if you want to go running or biking. I remember I actually did that with one of my other friends, Tommy, aka Tommy Gun. Probably other nicknames he has too, but he's the man. We used to do that, and that from the start where I was at 32nd Street, that I think round and back is about probably 4 miles, but another great trail. And as you can see, you know, there's a couple people, but not too many. It's pretty sparse, as they would say. So actually, thinking about people I used to run and train with, oh, let's get that sun out here, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Actually, I was going down this trail, and I remembered when I went running with one of my other friends I had mentioned, Brian. We did this trail, and we ran. It was his first time running with me, but we took it easy, and he did like a champ. It was a lot of fun. So it's kind of a little loop around the main mountain. When you get to 32nd Street, that exit the trail, you could say. Ooh, that was a fly. That was a big one too. Jesus. Oh yeah, if you get to 32nd Street and you go to the mountain, it's right in front of you. If you do a little loop around it, it's a great beginner trail if you want to start your trail running experience. It's pretty easy. You can make it a lot flatter so you don't have to go straight up it like I did. Go around it maybe like 2 miles or something, but it's great. And I remember what I did. My goal was to get around the whole thing without stopping. So not fast, just take your time and enjoy being out in nature, away from, you know, traffic, the streets, all that stuff. And once again, when you're out here, look at the sky. It's clear. It's beautiful out. I'm not talking about myself. Get out of here. And this is also, look at that. You get all these, once you lap back around the trail, you know you're starting to get back to your parking spot when you start seeing the houses and the trail runs along it. So great beginner trail if you decide to do that. So we're getting back to the beginning of the trail where I said you could go left, right, or straight up the mountain. Figured it's also a good time to acknowledge the people who initially showed me all these hikes in Phoenix, which was my mom and dad. They would take my sister and I, and we would go hiking and, you know, just start to get you to enjoy nature and explore the world around you. So thank you guys. Now, once again, there's so many trails out here that you can do, but I only have so much time. I only have so much time out here. So next time I come out, I'll try and give you a different view of different trails because there are so many. Apparently, even on the trail, you need to watch out where you're stepping because people just go wherever they want to go, or their dogs, who knows. And just remember, you've been warned. Yee.